Yo, what's good YouTube? Zamcrow here, aka Scoop, back with the Pokemon Battle Federation Season 8, week number 4, and we're taking on the New York Cosmog, coached by my good buddy Phantom Base, aka Tyler, who's drafted a fucking nasty squad. Similar to last week, we were facing two Ubers in the Little Cup tier once again, so yeah, Pokemon that are normally banned, we're having to face off against. But yeah, it's okay. We were able to overcome the obstacle last week, and hopefully we can do the same this week. So as you can see on screen, my opponent has Apom, Wingull, Mudbray, Darumaka, Chespin, Spinarak, Gothita, Wooper, Shinx, and Routes. So yeah, very scary squad. Apom being, one of the hugest threats that we faced this season. Gothita is very scary as well. But yeah, we have a pretty scary squad ourselves. We have Meowth, Diglett, Mankey, Badoo, Smoochum, Staryu, Larvesta, Azurill, Bonsly, and Corphish. So we've decided to bring Meowth alongside Diglett, Badoo, Smoochum, Staryu, and Bonsly. Meowth here has the Fake Out and Faint, so we've got dual priority with Water Pulse and Hidden Power Grass. So the Water Pulse is obviously there for the Mudspray, and the Hidden Power Grass is for the Wooper. Fake Out into Faint does the job for basically everything else, and Life Orb Technician boosts everything, every move that we have. It's a really solid Pokemon in this matchup. He has no Steel types, so he has no resist to normal spam, which is really nice for me. And we had to actually go max speed with a Jolly Nature because my opponent has a Apom which speed ties with us, and we needed to be able to at least potentially speed tie for the Fake Out damage. And yeah, that's going to be key actually, and could be very huge in the actual battle. And then Water Pulse and Hidden Power Grass are two nice techs for the Mudspray and the Wooper. Next up we have Diglett with Earthquake and Rock Slide. Choice Scarf. This basically hits everything on his team with Earthquake and Rock Slide. Earthquake basically spamming Earthquake in the late game is really nice, especially if we can get rid of the Chespin, which as we go on through our team, the next 4 Pokemon are really designed to beat down a Chespin, so that, and Chespin and Wingull, so that Choice Scarf Dougie can come in clutch. But in the case that it can't, we do have Final Game It, so that we can maybe potentially get rid of something else, 1-for-1 double down or something like that. And then we've got the Sucker Punch there for some nice priority. So yeah, team very prioritized so far. Next up we've got Badoo with the Poisonium Z and the Natural Cure. So this thing naturally is walled by Chespin because Sludge Bomb is is ineffective because of Bulletproof, the ability that Chespin has. So we've decided to bring the Poisonium Z so that we can get the Acid Downpour on him, and hopefully my opponent won't see that coming. And we've got Synthesis for longevity so that we can come in on any Chestnut attack, take the hit, and then Synthesis up, and then Spikes there, so that, if it comes down to it, we can maybe if he leads Chespin versus my lead Badoo, I can set up a Spike first on maybe him scouting for the Poisonium Z, and then either he's going to scout for it or he's going to be completely caught off guard by it. And yeah, once Chespin goes down, then the team really can put in some work. So yeah, that's the idea. And if it comes down to it, like I mentioned, I can set up a Spike to kind of bluff that I can't hit the Chespin and then bop him with the easy move. So yeah, next up we've got Jadakiss with the Focus Sash and Protect. This is kind of like one of my lead's potentials. If he brings the Apom, I could lead this, but also if he brings the Wingull, I'm going to lead with Staryu. As you'll see, I have Protect on Staryu as well, which leads off versus Apom and the Wingull. If he doesn't bring the Wingull, I can just straight up lead off with my Smoochum instead and go for the Protect versus the Fake Out from the Apom. And then Ice Beam and Psychic hits everything on his team. And then Shadow Ball is there only for the routes. Like it resists psychic and has, you know, high enough special attack. I mean special defense. On the special defense side, that psychic and ice beam weren't doing much. So I got the shadow ball there to be able to hit it super effectively. Didn't need any other coverage and wouldn't be able to pull off like a nasty plot or like a calm mind or anything like that. I would say the only thing else I could do was run substitute, but I don't really want to with a sash variant anyway. But yeah, that's it for Jadakiss. We can move on next to our Star U, which is an Eviolite variant this week, actually. And no Rabbit Spin, funnily enough. Don't really need it, despite having a Focus Sash Pokemon, because the Focus Sash is only there in case we are to lead off with this. But we're most likely going to be leading off with the Staryu. I do expect the Wingull to come. It's really nice in this matchup. Anyways, we've got the Eviolite so that we can take any one hit. Basically, maybe 2 hits from a certain Pokemon. And then Thunderbolt hits the Wingull. I mean, bops it. Ice Beam bops the Chespin, especially if it's analytic boosted. And then Hydro Pump hits everything else for neutral damage. And it's really, really solid in this matchup if it can just land. That's the big deal, if it can just land. Next up, we've got Bonsly, which is basically the same Bonsly set I've been bringing every time I've brought Bonsly, which is Stealth Rock, Rock Tomb, Thief, and Endure with Sturdy and the Berry Juice. By now, you guys know what that does. With Max PBF, Max Defense, and the rest in HP investment. Not too much to say about it. Really, it's the same set I bring every week. So, looking at the matchup, if we can weaken the Chespin and eliminate the Wingull, Choice Scarf Diglett puts in the work. If we can weaken the Mudspray and the Wooper, obviously he has things like Shinx and Darumaka and Spinarak, Gothita even, pretty scary. Gothita is actually really scary in this matchup. I actually don't think I prepped enough for it, as it could potentially be really, really, really scary and get out of hand really fast. But yeah, I really like the prep, and hopefully we can put in the work. So yeah, we can go ahead and hop into the battle, and we'll be right back. So here we are with the replay, and my opponent chooses to bring the Mudspray, Apom, Wingull, Gothita, Chespin, Shinx. So yeah, very scary squad. The first 5 were pretty much expected, and then the last one being a combination of, I mean, any of the other 6, Shinx, Darumaka, Routes, so on and so forth. So yeah, pretty scary squad. He does have Stealth Rock and Spike, so he could be like a hazard stack with like Scarf Wingull or Scarf Apom. Maybe even Scarf Shinx to just like Volt Turn versus my team, but then he would have to always be scared of like being trapped by Diglett and whatnot. Yeah, so let's go ahead and hop into the battle. My opponent actually brings some pretty cool stuff, and I really enjoyed this battle. It was really fun, so let's go ahead and hop into it and talk about it a little bit. His potential leads being Mudspray, Chespin, or Apom, or Wingull. I don't think Shinx was a likely lead because of Diglett. Gothita not being a lead because it doesn't really have like a lead merit, in my opinion. It could have been trapped. It could have been, you know, just set up my hazards on it, go boom on it, put it in range of Meowth or Diglett or something like that. I really expected like a Choice Scarf U-turn from Wingull or a Fake Out from Apom or like Spikes from Chespin. So we're going to lead off with Staryu here. Protect is our play as he goes for the Fake Out. And now we're going to be able to click Hydro Pump or Ice Beam here. I'm going to click Ice Beam, predicting his Chespin to come in. And it does 56% as his Berry Juice is activated. So here I'm going to go for the Hydro Pump. And as you can see, it is a speed tie. And we win the second speed tie as he decides to go for the substitute. Meaning we're actually going to get him on that play. Because we win the speed tie. He's not able to make a sub and we take no damage all in one turn. Best case scenario for us. And now he will be knocked out by the Ice Beam. Judging on by how much damage it did last time. Even accounting for analytic not being in effect. and it covers his play to Chessman. So we're going to go for the Ice Beam. However, had we clicked Hydro Pump here, Gothita would have 100% been 2-hit KO'd because it does a minimum roll of 50% and does a high roll of 62.5%, so basically 63% from what my calcs told me. If he's max SPDF, max HP with no Eviolite, I believe. Or maybe with an Eviolite. And then, yeah, so we're just going to click the Hydro Pump on the following turn. Judging by how much the Ice Beam did, this should be able to knock him out. Oh, or it's a roll anyway. But, yeah, Little Cup rolls are crazy. And we're able to pick up the knockout as he goes back into the A-Palm. As we just click Protect here, I'm not sure. Maybe he forgot that we revealed Protect. And then he, like, hovered over my Staryu, and he saw that, you know, we do have the Protect. So he pulled a double out into Wingull. We're just going to click the Thunderbolt, and he reveals to either be Choice Scarf, or he won a speed tie and knocked us out with the Hurricane. So we're just going to go into Bonsly here. It's our best play, and he can go into the Mud Spray as we set up our Stealth Rocks and hard switch into Badoo to counter the Mud Spray. So now we can click Giga Drain, which does damage to everything on his team except the Chessman. But if he goes hard Chessman, we will hit him up with the Acid Downpour on the following turn, expecting him to think that if he can switch it in on Badoo, if he switches in the Chessman on Badoo, he must think I'm not packing the Z move. So we're just going to go ahead and hit him up with that Z move, and this should be able to knock him out, unless he's like max HP, max SPDF with an Eviolite. But yeah, we do pick up the knockout there. I'm going to go hard into Bonsly here. We don't need it anymore. It serves literally no purpose, and we can get some chip damage off on anything. We do live a knockoff on the following turn as well, so we'll be able to knock this thing out. As we go for the, we should have went for Thief there and stolen an item. That would have been pretty cool. But here he brings in his Wingull, and he goes for the U-turn as I'm sacking off my Bonsly. I don't need it anymore, so sacking it off was the best play. I go for the Thief, and I'm going to be able to steal his Eviolite. It's not going to save me for the Earthquake damage, though. And since we were able to steal his Eviolite, we know he's not Choice Scarf, and we can go straight into Smooch him here and pick him a knockout with the Ice Beam. Because it will 2-hit KO Shinx, it will knock out the Wingull after Stealth Rocks, and it knocks out Mud Spray. So that's really nice. He goes into the Wingull here, and we're just going to click Protect, see what he wants to go for here. And he goes for the Hurricane, so might as well just let this thing go ahead and be knocked out. We can go into Meowth here, and Fake Out will knock him out. And if it doesn't, Fake Out into Feint will. But he hard switches into Shinx here, as we're going to go for the Fake Out. And Feint won't quite knock him out, so we're going to hard switch out into Badoo here. We know we can take any one hit, except for a Sub-Zero Slammer. We weren't Eviolite anyway, so it would have been hard to live any one attack, and his sub play was really nice. The reason I think he's got sub on Shinx was not only for being able to take out Badoo in a situation like that, but also so that if he was able to set up a sub on a switch out into Badoo and outpaced my Badoo and was able to knock us out, then he would have a sub up whenever I try to revenge kill him with, you know, Fake Out from Meowth or Arena Trap him with Diglett and then try to knock him out with an Earthquake. He would have a sub up, and I would have to break his sub first and potentially take damage on the same turn. So here, just going to go for the Fake Out. It 100% knocks out Shinx, and after Stealth Rock damage, Feint should take out the Wingull here. And we're going to pick up a nice 2-0 victory and keep up the streak. So last week, we ended up finishing our battle, I think, 3-0, and advanced to 3-0, and now we improved to 4-0 with a +8 differential or something like that. Nothing too crazy, but we are undefeated, and we are, you know, we're feeling it. So hopefully we can keep it up and move on to 5-0. Hopefully finish 7-0. There's, I think, 2 teams that are currently undefeated outside of me right now, and those 2 teams will actually be facing off, so only one of them has the chance to go completely undefeated and potentially face me in a undefeated match in playoffs sometime. That would be sick. But But yeah, first of all, we got to worry about the rest of our season. Good game to Tyler, aka Phantom Base, coach of the New York Cosmogs. Good luck the rest of the season, my dude. Let me know what you thought about the prep and play on both sides of the field. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. All the good stuff, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.